think first of all, the facilitation by the PwC team has been absolutely amazing. That's the best I've ever seen in my 30 years of working.
We came here to set out the next 3-year plan for CBD, the strategy, and how we're really going to grow.
Just coming towards the end of our 3-year strategic plan, and we wanted to assess how we're doing, what we needed to tweak, but most important of all was to sort of say what are the big things we need to work on in the next strategic plan, what are the key imperatives, the key drivers of our business performance over the next 3 years from 2021 to 2023.
The session itself was really powerful. What we did was we brought together all of their senior leadership, so physically brought together their sort of top 20 people. But what we're able to do as well is to basically dial in SMEs and key resources from around the world. So effectively what we're doing is running a really kind of effective hybrid workshop, and that was kind of quite core to how they went about doing the work.
We've had a brilliant 2 days really, lots of variety, lots of different inputs.
Conducted incredibly professionally and very, very organised, on point, on time by the PwC team.
We started up front obviously with an introduction, a playback of what they had achieved over the last 3 years, I think really acknowledging some of the success the client had had.
It's just really obvious that people have had an amazing session. So people are looking engaged, they look super energized. The client is really enthusiastic about the experience they've had, both about the physical place, world-class facilitation, the support they've had from the consulting teams. It's clear that the consulting teams feel like they've really been engaged and used to great effect. Just overall, it's been a fantastic experience for everybody.
People that have been at CBD for 15, 20 years.
And the process and the facilitation of the process has been second to none. It really has been first class. We've had a very fruitful time, a very enjoyable time, but also from a business, a commercial perspective, I think a very, very productive time as well.
If I think about kind of the impact that this way of working and this approach has for my colleagues in the firm, I mean, really what we're trying to do here is a number of things. Firstly, it's an amazing way to kind of fast track building relationships with senior folks. It's an amazing way to participate and be involved in setting a client organisation strategy. And that's kind of meaningful on a number of levels in terms of sort of insight, but also kind of the client sort of seeing you as a part of that process. We really kind of make sure as we sort of design these things that we let our colleagues focus on content, and we're sort of very focused on really high quality facilitation and process. And by everyone playing their position, it really kind of brings out the best.
So a lot of the work that we deliver is strategic in nature, but then translates into all the way into operational execution and sometimes into the world of market execution and activation. And I think anything where you're engaging with either a smaller set of very senior stakeholders or a very large set of a broader set of stakeholders, the difference team really comes into its own. Having access not just to this facility, but also the capability that this team bring, and in particular kind of the process elements that they will bring to how they run a particular event, really makes a massive difference in the kind of impact you can have with a particular client. I think for me as well, I've been running facilitation for probably 13 years, but what I've seen now through working with the difference team is that these are people that have done this their entire career and only ever done this their entire career. I think what that allows you as a domain specialist or as a sector specialist, it allows you to prioritize spending time with the client, providing input, building relationships, really ensuring that they get the maximum out of the content that's being delivered through a particular event, where you have to run a very large strategic piece of work. and you want to engage with a set of stakeholders, then this is the space to do it, and this is the team to do it with as well.